all medical and health professionals. And we're going to go to Oklahoma, Dr. Barbie Phillips. Can you tell us just a little bit about your professional background and then kind of what you've been noticing with REDOX GOLD?
Hi, Alan. Thanks for having me on tonight. Yes, I've been a chiropractic physician for 25 years, and I have not seen anything like this. You know, my background is working with all ages, families, young to older, sports related to just regular injuries. And what I've seen recently is so much in the office that, you know, I've worked internal work with gloves on TMJ issues with patients. And in the last 4 weeks where I've been utilizing this, testing this on clients, I was able to work the outside muscles and then go back in and check the inside muscles, and they would just be relaxed. I've had clients that had knee issues. We would put the gel on and it would improve within minutes as far as range of motion. I've had clients with neck issues, and I would massage deep into the muscles, the gel, and literally, just like Danielle mentioned, you know, putting the gel on, I would feel the muscles just start to just...
All medical and health professionals. And we're going to go to Oklahoma, Dr. Barbie Phillips. Can you tell us just a little bit about your professional background and then kind of what you've been noticing with REDOX GOLD?
Hi, Alan. Thanks for having me on tonight. Yes, I've been a chiropractic physician for 25 years, and I have not seen anything like this. You know, my background is working with all ages, families, young to older, sports related to just regular injuries. And what I've seen recently is so much in the office that, you know, I've worked internal work with gloves on TMJ issues with patients. And in the last 4 weeks where I've been utilizing this, testing this on clients, I was able to work the outside muscles and then go back in and check the inside muscles, and they would just be relaxed. I've had clients that had knee issues. We would put the gel on and it would improve within minutes as far as range of motion. I've had clients with neck issues, and I would massage deep into the muscles, the gel, and literally, just like Danielle mentioned, you know, putting the gel on, I would feel the muscles just start to just relax, and it was incredible. And I had two gentlemen, two different occasions, where they put it on their low back before the adjustment. They'd lay down on the chiropractic table, and they both said at different times, they hadn't spoken to each other, that they could feel the muscles, the tense muscles, just to start to relax. And the adjustment actually went in deeper, and they got a better adjustment. So it's been really great for my clients. I've had shoulder issues with clients where they couldn't raise their arms because of discomfort. I actually worked on another chiropractor last week, same thing. He was not able to put his arm above and lay it back. I worked under the armpit in the muscles there, and within minutes he was able to lay the arm back. So it's just been incredible. It's been incredible. And I've had some personal experiences too with it. I started let me back up. I have had since 1990 an injury where I shredded a tendon on my left ankle. So by the time they found it, there was nothing to repair. So I've lived with it for all these years. And the issue with my Achilles tendon attachments, you know, it was just so tense and tight and uncomfortable. And I could not put my heel to the floor. When I do exercises, I couldn't do calf raises that lock my ankle up. And so 3 days of applying the wonderful gold gel, I was able to push my heel to the floor without discomfort. And then the ankle, typically if I'd walk through an airport flying somewhere, it would just, you know, lock up on me. And it hasn't done that since I've been applying it each day. But my real test was yesterday and today, because I put this on pre and post snow skiing. And last year it took me 9 months to recover with that ankle because of how uncomfortable it was. And just, it hurt so bad. It was so uncomfortable. But I put this on pre and post skiing yesterday and today, and I still have no discomfort in my ankle, the muscles of that Achilles tendon and that calf muscle. So when it says it encourages an active lifestyle, wow, is it giving people their lifestyle back? And this was just proof. I will bring up one thing that I think is important. And this was a question I asked early on. You know, with this working so fast with everyone, is it just masking a symptom? And the answer is no, it's not masking or covering up discomfort. So you're not going to further injure yourself. And that was important to me as a chiropractic physician.
Very, very cool. I absolutely love it. I mean, it sounds like every physical therapist, massage therapist, chiropractor should know about this product and have it in their hands. I also want to just let everybody know, Barbie is not skiing in Oklahoma. In case you're wondering, like, is there a hidden ski resort in Oklahoma? You're actually in New Mexico, and so thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your ski vacation to join us on this important call. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, let's see. Leland, we're back to Texas. Leland, tell us a little bit about your professional background and your story with REDOX GOLD.
Je to konec učenja jezikov? Spoznajte Nemce, vrhunski dvosmerni takojšnji prevajalnik, s katerim so nedavno postali obsedeni ljudje po vsem.
I will do that. Thank you, Alan, for being on the call tonight. My background was orthopedic surgery. I was a surgical orthopedic physician assistant, worked for 70 doctors at 9 different hospitals just assisting in surgery. I did that for years, and then I got off into developing and designing orthopedic sports braces, which I've done now for 40 years. I'm with my third company, and we develop braces to help people to prevent injuries, but also to help them to play during the event and reduce their pain by wearing a supportive brace. And so kind of went from that to where I'm doing now, involved with this company, working full-time cattle ranch. I've always been active, been an athlete myself till I was 35, played basketball overseas. And I've never seen a product like this, Alan, and I've seen everything that Danielle talked about, the asea.maja product and the BioFreeze and the Bengay. They all have a capsaicin or a methylcicillate in it, which is only very superficial, goes like 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch deep. So it's temporary relief. What this product does, it gives you the relief. It also helps you with the recovery, which is vital. And to treat at the area where the discomfort is coming from to me is just key. And, you know, a few months ago, I was in Dubai on a trip, and I partially tore my Achilles tendon in the sand on the dunes. And I was in a walker boot for 3 weeks. And of course, I didn't have the product then. I came back. After 3 weeks, I came out of my boot, and you can imagine it's kind of coming out of a cast. My ankle was so stiff and trying to limber it up and get going again, but still had a lot of discomfort. And I was at my ranch and with my kids when I jumped off the boat onto the shore and re-stretched it, re-hurt it. It was thrombosing. I had a lot of discomfort. I went up in the house, laid down, elevated in a recliner. Really couldn't put any weight on it. I would just give weight to it. So I had my wife go and get this product and bring it to me to test it. And I put it on, and within about a minute, I leaned back and I was kind of moving my foot up in the air, and I noticed I didn't feel anything. I thought, this is crazy. I sat up on the chair, put weight on it on the floor, still didn't feel anything. So I stood up and I went to take my first step, and I was real cautious because I'd been giving weight to it because of the discomfort. And it didn't have any discomfort. I walked from there into the bedroom, and when I walked in there, my wife looked at me like a deer with her head, eyes in the headlights. Just shocked, like, why did I bring you that gel if you could walk? I said, I couldn't do that a while ago. It was just that quick. I've seen a lot of things with ASEA and our 16 other products that are tremendous, our staple products, the drink and the gel. But this really shocked me. And about a week later, I was in a hotel sleeping, and I woke up and I had a crick in my neck. And it hurt all that day and part of the next day. But by the time I got back to Dallas, it pretty much subsided. But what had happened is I started having a lot of discomfort in my elbow right here. You see a lot of people that play tennis that have that, or other racket sports, or it's an overuse syndrome when you're shaking hands or, hitting a hammer with shock coming through. It was so bad I couldn't rotate my hand up or rotate my hand down. I thought, I'm going to give it a try. I put it on there and waited about 2 minutes. It didn't help it at all. I thought, what's going on here? I put it on a second time. It didn't work at all. And I was shocked because it worked so quick on my Achilles tendon. But then I remembered it started with discomfort in my neck the day before. So I took a little bit of the gel and just rubbed it here on the back of my neck. And when a minute or two went by, this was all gone. Yeah. And I remember in the clinic in the Spine Institute, we used to see people with what we call preferred discomfort. And so if you have discomfort in your extremities, whether it's your arms or your feet, you want to put it on where you're having the discomfort because it's targeted. But if you don't get relief and it's in your arms, go up and put some on the back of your neck, or even put a little on your low back where the little dimple area is, right above the buttock, around the facet joint areas in the back. And you might be amazed. As a matter of fact, you might do it at the same time. Just put it on there and the arm and the low back or the legs. But, I've just never seen anything quite right like this, Alan. I'm excited for what it's going to bring 2025. I was on the phone today with 3 different professional teams that are interested in the product. This should be in every home. It should be on every sidelines or ballpark. It's just going to be an amazing product. And the fact that it's a non-toxic, it can't hurt you, tops the list. So the next person that's going to speak next, that's her specialty is pain management. And I'm excited to hear what she has to say about this product.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Leland. Really appreciate it. And you're right, we're going to finish up our testimonies with Dr. Maureen Hayes in Houston, Texas. Dr. Maureen, tell us a little bit about your background and your experience with REDOX GOLD.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Thanks for having me here. Yes, that's my specialty. I'm an anesthesiologist and a chronic pain specialist. So I've taken care of people for decades with all sorts of issues. And of course, I was looking for something other than another pill or another procedure to be able to give people, which is what kind of led me to ASEA in the first place. But with this product, being on the medical board for the past 10 years, I had access to it early. And I have a couple of issues. First are in my fingers. I'm like Fiona. I have issues with these 2 fingers. I had surgery on my middle finger after a cat bite 6 years ago. And so it caused this finger to swell. Like there's a cat, to swell up with large knuckles and become somewhat painful. And then my index finger just got into the situation all on its own. So anyway, these fingers have been like little sausages, and they got to the point where they would ache, to the point that I would have to hold them to kind of get it to go away. So when we were first given the product, I put it on my fingers, and about 2 minutes later, I was like, that has to be a placebo. And I turned to our scientists. I said, is this possible? And they said, absolutely. In fact, they started laughing. But I also had a bad hip. I had a hip replacement on the left a year ago, and my surgeon said, you're going to be back pretty soon for the other one. And I didn't really want to, so I was, babying it. But I was applying the gel, and I was not getting any relief, kind of like what Leland was saying. And so I spoke to the scientist. In fact, I said, I think I might be your control person. Did y'all give me a placebo to see if I would say it worked when it didn't? They were like, no, there was no control person. It should work. Our thermographic show it works at 100%. But what I realized, and this is a caveat, you guys, you got to use enough, often enough, and you have to put it where it hurts, and you have to put it where it originates, where the hurt comes from, just like Leland was saying. So what I did, it's a little hard. It's thicker than our Renew 28. So I really had to kind of push it to get it out, get enough out of there, to put it over the entire joint, the back, the side, the front, down into the groin, down my leg, and over my knee, where I was having some of what Leland was calling that referred pain. When I did that, it took a couple of days of being diligent and applying it, even when I wasn't getting results. And suddenly I slept through the night without waking up, and I was getting more and more relief. Now, unfortunately, and somebody else mentioned this, I ran out. And even though I was doing okay, I went to Disney, did 20,000 steps in Disney. By the time I came home, I couldn't even bear weight on that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get this hip replaced. But I had an old tube, cut it open, got the gel out of it, and applied it twice. Took my discomfort from a 9.5 to a 3. Third application, it went down to a 0, stayed there for 36 hours. When it came back at a much lesser level. So when I got it, y'all, I apply this religiously every morning, every night. I sleep through the night. It keeps my pain away. I thought, okay, I think I'm good. So I didn't apply it one day. The pain came back with a vengeance. I got it back under control. I will not be without this. Now, I may eventually have to have that joint replaced, but it's not going to be anytime soon. This is miraculous. And I just want to say, if you don't mind my taking a little bit more time, as a pain doctor, every prescription I wrote, and it was hundreds if not thousands, came with a warning and side effects. This is 100% non-toxic. And I know, it's a $20 billion industry for NSAIDs, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory medications like Advil and Motrin and things like that. Those things are harmful. They hurt the kidneys, they can hurt the liver, they can cause gastritis, they can cause all sorts of side effects. This has no side effects, y'all.
Yeah.
Just more benefits, and it works very quickly. This is a huge market, and it's a gift. It's an absolute gift. I wish I'd had this when I was still practicing. Thank you, Alan.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Hayes. Really, really appreciate it.